Turn it up again. Watching Anthony Orion on YouTube.
Over at the light. The light!
For those of you that have been kept up with my channel, you know that I'm in love, okay? And I would just say, just very clearly, that when I love a woman, this is how I am. I just say, hey, I love you. Do you want to come be with me? And if you don't, well, you know, nice to know you. Take care now. That's all you can do. You can't force anyone to love you. They either love you or they don't. When I was about 25, 26, there was a girl named Lilia. Oh, Lilia. I even have her on tape somewhere. On Matching Machine tape. She goes, she would call me, Tony, me Lilia. She would call over and over, and I only saw her like 2-3 times, but it scared me because she started calling like 12 times a day. And I was about 25, 26, and I was like, oh, I like her, but she's starting to get kind of creepy. It's kind of a sad story because she was dating some Chaldean guy in Oklahoma City named Johnny. This guy was like burning down liquor stores, she told me. He was like killing people. I didn't want to know any details. She told me like vaguely what was going on, and that he was so in love with her, and that if he knew she was coming to see me, he would come get me. I was like, you know what? I gotta say goodbye to this one. You know, that's just too dangerous. But if I really loved her, I would have, of course. But I just met her, and then she had some crazy boyfriend that's like would come kill me. You know, and you know, what I learned from her is that when she kept calling me for like a week or two. You know, I felt bad. You know, all day long I just felt bad for her, but she scared me because she started getting like obsessed with me, and that taught me what it looks like when you love someone and you're just like pushing them to be with you. You know how it looks, you know how you make them feel. So I don't force anyone to be with me. I do have these enemies. I have fallen in love recently with somebody. I don't fall in love very easily. It took 20 years. I fell in love 2 times. One time in 2011. I was with her for 4 or 5 months. She was sneaking a man in her back door. And another time recently with the receptionist. Now, it's possible that the receptionist is part of the gang stalkers, or the gang stalking me. I'm not saying she is for sure. I'm not going to accuse her of anything. I'm just saying that she told me she was single. For 3 months, I told her I, had a thing for her. I'm in the camera, like waving, saying I love her, and and she's single supposedly. Recently, she told me she's had a boyfriend for 5 years, and now she's starting to frown for the camera, like I scare her, I irritate her. I'm just going where I have to go. I don't tell her I love her no more. I just wave and go through. So for her to act all weird like that, like I'm obsessed with her, I'm stalking her, is just like crazy. Anyways, I got scared. I'm scared of her now. She's pretending like she's scared of me, but in reality, I'm scared of her. Because all she has to do is say, it's like a bruise on her arm and say, he followed me home, and I opened my car door, and there he was, or whatever. San Diego PD. Open the door. Fall down dead. And then they're going through my place, planning cocaine, crystal meth, and child porn. Because that's what they do. That's what the police department does. And if you're not aware of that, then I feel so sorry for you. And that's why they're able to do it, because you're not aware of it. People out there do not know what reality is. I mean, Hitler burned down the Reichstag, created the Enabling Act, and our government blew up the Twin Towers and created the Patriot Act. It's just a copy of Hitler's plan. And the reptilian race is doing the same thing Hitler did. The reptilian hybrids that are on the earth, and you can see them with this special device. Now that, you don't have to believe me, that's fine. Yeah, the crazy, whatever. I have friends and family that know. So if anything happens to me, it comes out. It comes out. And if they keep stalking me and pushing me, God just might say, you know what? Just bring it out. But it is what it is. As for this woman I'm in love with, I don't know if she's part of the gang or not. I don't know. I just know I don't stalk women. So the only thing that can get me on with her is if she was to lie and say I did something that I did not do. That's the only way. And that's why, from now on, I just go in there, I wave and go through. That's it. And meanwhile, I look for my future wife. And there is this new development with the woman. And I'm going to go by and see her today. And she makes me feel good. But I don't really know her very well like I knew, the other one. But here's the photo. I wanted to film them, but there's a lady walking by with a cane, of course. You can never get a clear shot of anything. You can't. There's always somebody that's in the way. But as soon as something interesting is not there, you ever notice that the path is clear? It's almost like they gravitate toward it. It's just really bizarre. Anyways, back to this. I can't help myself. I fell for her before I got the idea that she's hanging out with these people. And she might be a reptilian hybrid. But she's definitely shady. There's something definitely shady about her. And I don't like that. And I hate myself for loving her. I hate myself. I am so sorry I let myself down like that. Love is a choice in the beginning. I liked how she was. I felt good around her, so I decided to love her. It's just honesty. Be honest with yourself. You decide to love somebody. Once you love them, you're kind of stuck because you really have no choice now. Now, in time, if you love someone really love them. I don't mean where you say, you're mine, you better do this. I mean when you love them, like you're like, are you okay? Is everything all right? Well, you care about them, like you would a plant when you water it. When you love someone, really authentically love them, if you love them for a day, it takes about a month to get them out of your heart. It's just like, it's a harder thing to get out than it is to get in. It's easier to love. I think I will always have, as long as she's in my life, I think I'll always care about her, that she's okay. I can't help that. But I don't like how I feel when I leave there. I feel sad for like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. I feel sad. I feel like my heart hurts, and I don't like that feeling. It's like I don't know where it's coming from. It hurts. Like if you ever cried over something and it just seems like the crying wasn't helping you, it was making the crying increase, making your stomach get a bigger hole going in it. That's what it feels like. I don't like it. I don't know why. I'm getting that. But I tell you one thing, I'm not gonna follow her home. I don't care. Whatever she does is her business. She told me she had a boyfriend for 5 years. I mean, God knows what she's doing, but she told me she was single. That's just horrible. Horrible people out there. If she's not a hybrid, she's definitely just a horrible person. I told her I was in love with her. Am I like that horrible of a man where she wants to hurt me? I wouldn't want to hurt nobody. If there was a woman that was not attractive at all, just ugly, and she told me she was in love with me, I told her I was single, and she told me she was in love with me, I wouldn't want to wait 3 months to tell her if I really had somebody so she can keep developing feelings for me and then just by the way, I got a girlfriend and make this woman hurt like that. It's mean. And now I see her like posing for the cameras like she's upset. I tell you, I do not trust her at all. I cannot be alone with her because if I was alone with her, she would just scream attempted rape. I mean, I'm telling you, when you're out there, guys, fellas, you got to be very careful. Because if you get the wrong woman, how many guys are in prison right now for attempted rape that never really attempted anything, in prison? How many lives out there are ruined? They just want to be home. They want to be walking by a park. They want to meet their future wife. Or if they're gay, their future boyfriend or whatever, floats the boat. But not for me. I'm a Christian. I want a woman. I want a good woman. And if only this woman, she has everything going for her. If only she had the heart, it would be paradise on earth. It would be as close as you can get. And I can never trust her now because she lied to me. She told me she was single, and now she says she has a boyfriend for 5 years. See? I can never trust her. Ever. I don't care why she did it. I don't care if she did it so I can win $1 million. I don't care why she did it. I can never trust her. Ever. I can never be alone with her. So I can never be with her. So why would I go follow her? See, I'm just waiting for them to create a story like this. So I got to keep putting these videos up for, and then I got to get me a woman because I'm lonely. But you know what? I don't force someone to be with me. I mean, if I'm that ugly, or if you think my cologne looks all right, good luck to you. Good luck. I have women all day long flirting with me. I mean, I might not be Elvis Presley, but all day long women are coming on to me. And lately it's been like 20-year-olds. I'm like, are you serious? Everywhere I go, it's like another 20-year-old. Like, cashier women at gas stations, women in line. And people, sometimes they're just being friendly, but you can tell when they're flirting. I'm like, wow, 20-year-old flirting with me. I'm like 50 years old, 50 years old, just about. It's a compliment though, but yeah, I'm like, wow. I think about, they're beautiful looking, but I'm telling you, a lot of them are just very immature. You're going to have to be real patient. You're going to spend your whole life while you're growing old, with wiping their bib because they're just not ready. They have a lot of development to do still at 20. Now, the 20-year-old guy's fine for them or whatever, but some 20-year-old women are like 25, 26-year-olds, but, even that's rare. You really need to stick around your own age group, I believe. But this one woman, she's 22. She's 20. Not 22, she's 20. But she's like 20, 21, and something about her, this new one. That's the one I was previously talking about, this new one. And she's young. She's about 21, 22, and possibly 20, but I don't know why. It's hard for me to fall in love. It's something about chemistry, everything, the mood, it's something that just clicks. And now that there's suddenly a new one, that would be the third one in 20 years coming at the right time. I don't want to pass it up because I'm not hurting like all day long anymore. I'm actually only hurting right before I see her a little bit and after I see her a lot. But it goes away within an hour. And, so I'm doing better than I was doing, but I definitely need a woman in my life. All of us men need a little woman's finesse, I just, you know what I mean. It's not sex, it's just everything. It's just intimacy in the soul. Just to sit down and eat with them, and maybe just play with their hair, or just hold hands and watch a movie. Just all those little things, that we take for granted. And I've been with beautiful women in my life, women I didn't really love, but they're very attractive, but I just couldn't feel it. I don't fall in love very easily. So when there's something there, I'm trying to figure out what is doing it, I'm trying to pinpoint it, and I'm curious myself, what is it, but I wouldn't even question it so much. It's just, it would be nice to have a woman I can feel like that with, and, that's paradise. I'm not looking for yachts or gold. Maybe I should be. I'm not looking for properties. I got God in my life. That's number one. He makes me feel so joyful inside. He fills up my heart. There's just a little more space left over that needs to be filled, and that's the woman. I would say God fills me up when I feel His presence 100% actually. But throughout the day, I would say it's like it fluctuates 50 to 75%. So that's where the woman will come in, because everything else is beautiful. Trees, a lake. And you see sad people you feel bad for, it makes you feel good because, you have compassion, and there's all these, rewards in life, but a good woman of God, oh man, that's why I need a really good woman of God. I need a really, really good Christian woman that loves God like me. That's what I need. So I'm going to be joining the church. I believe in the 10 Commandments, following the 10 Commandments fully. So I got to find a church where they, worship on Saturday. And I got to find a good Christian woman that's been there for a while, because they can put a plant. My enemies can put a plant inside the church. That means that in the end for something big, so I got to be very careful. I want to help people find Christ, but right now I'm going through the very beginning. I'm a baby Christian, so I'm going through the very beginning stages. I got a lot to learn still, so I'm in school right now. I'm studying the Bible to a fellow brother named Doug Batchelor. He has a ministry on YouTube. We have, a TV show, Amazing Facts. And that is the most amazing speaker for God I've ever seen in my life. Well, so much seen but heard the messages. The lessons he teaches. That's all in the Bible. It's knowing God, how beautiful God really is, and not being deceived, because we're living like in a matrix. We're meant to be distracted from God from everything you see. TV shows, music, all that stuff has so much demonic energy. There's a real God and a real devil. And you either are with Jesus Christ or you're with the devil. Even if you're a real good person. I'm not saying you're a bad person. You might be really good. But if you're not serving God 100% completely, you're still working for the devil. Okay. Say you're a real good person. You don't kill no one, you don't steal. Are you telling people they can live forever if they knew Jesus Christ? You're not telling them that, though. So you are actually serving the devil in a way, because everyone's supposed to be out there telling people they can live forever. Because when this world goes and people die before they find them, they're going to pass away with the world. They're going to be dead forever. So if you're a real good person, how many people are you telling about the truth so they can live forever and ever and ever? So you're actually kind of serving the devil in a way. Now, he'd rather have straight worship. We just worship straight, full on. But let's take anything you can get. You worship Buddha, Muhammad, anything he can get, the Easter Bunny, anything he can get, as long as you don't worship Christ. Jesus Christ is my God, my Savior. I know Jesus Christ is real, and I know that he is God. So, period. And that's where I leave it, right at that. And I made a decision in my life to follow God forever and fully. Whatever he tells me to do. Which he doesn't really tell you to do anything. If you want to know what to do, this is what I mean. You open the Bible and you read the 10 Commandments. Don't steal. Don't kill. Honor your mother and your father. Don't want your neighbor's goods. Don't want your neighbor's position. I mean, if my neighbor's a lawyer, I can be a lawyer, but I don't want to get him fired and take his position. That's what it means. Just be a good person. Follow the 10 Commandments. Good people out in the world follow just about, I'm about good people that don't go to church, that don't believe in God. They follow all the commandments except the very first commandment. Number 1 commandment says put God before everything. That commandment they don't follow. So they can't tell people about the future, that they can live forever. So people in their life are going to pass away. So there's really good people out there with good intentions, but if you are not with Christ, you are still in a semi-way serving the devil. Well, I want to start a ministry now. This has got me so excited. I want to tell people the good news. Very few are going to make it, which is so sad when you really lay back in your bed or wherever. If you in your own private little corner somewhere, and you just lay back and think about how many people are going to pass away, it is horribly sad. Just one person makes you. You can focus on one person and just lay there and grieve and grieve and cry and cry. So when you think of the whole world passing away, most of the people are going to pass away. The Bible, especially in the end times, and I do believe we are in the end times. And they've been saying that for thousands of years, but there's never been evidence like now. There's stuff in the world that has transpired, which is in the Bible. So when they were saying that hundreds of years ago, there wasn't stuff in the world it wasn't going on yet. There was no biblical evidence. Now there's biblical evidence. Even over in Israel, there's like all these streams of water just popping up in the desert, which is in the Bible. It talks about all these streams of water trying to pop up in the desert in Jerusalem. So it's just amazing all the evidence that's out there. And the world is more asleep than ever. 7 billion people. Okay, if there's a reptilian race here, there's a device that allows you to see them, and it's sold at Target, Walmart. Well, it just shows you how asleep 7 billion people have to be if the reptilian race has taken over the American government, and they want the number 1 government, which is America. That's why they did it. I mean, that's exactly where you're going to go. You're going to want the number 1 government. And I think they took it over about 40, 50 years ago. Because they have the ability to clone people. All that stuff is old technology. I know you know that they can do that now, but that's old technology. Everything you see is like 50, 60 years late. So, they took over a long time ago. There's a device, and they don't mind the device because they can't put 2 and 2 together. So they sell it. Target, Walmart. This device is everywhere. And if you are alone with these things, you can see the difference if you use this device. And it's just amazingly crazy what kind of world we live in. 7 billion people and no one even knows. I don't know if I'm the only one that knows, or I know The police departments know. They know all this stuff, and so do the hospitals. Hybrids are differently. They have a different physiology. There's something different inside of them. I can't use the word right now, the right word, but hospitals know. So hospitals have got to be in cahoots. The major hospitals are definitely in cahoots. There's just no way around it. They run the police. Reptilian hybrids run the police. They run the hospitals. Now they're able to do black ops programs where they use the taxpayers' money now, and they're doing a new policing called gang stalking, where these reptilian hybrids are not just wearing badges now, they're wearing regular clothes, along with the military. They branch off in small little evil groups. They move in, they'll pick someone that's vulnerable, the elderly that have no friends, somebody with a criminal history, has no clout with the public, people that are impoverished that have no way to get any food, let alone any help. And what they do is they move in around them, and they just watch them all day long. They spy them with high-tech equipment, and they just test them. They beta test them to see what things they can do. They shock them, electrical shocks. They do all kinds of harmonic vibrational weapons. And this stuff is at the patent office. They have heart attack weapons. This stuff's in the patent office. This is real. I'm not cuckoo. If you go look at the patent office, they have heart attack machines, all this harmonic vibrational stuff, and they're using this stuff on innocent victims in America. I don't know. I can't speak for other countries, but I'm telling you, I'm in America. I'm an American citizen. They're doing this in America. I live in San Diego. They do this to me and my sister. They're doing this to a lot of people in America. This is the American government. The American government doing this, not some foreign country. But this is happening on our soil. With the Constitution's out. Land of the home, free the brave. This is happening in America by your own police departments. This is how creepy this is getting. And I'm telling you, it's only branching down. They ran everything at the very top for many years. And they have Hollywood. They have all the doctors. They have all the police departments, the major ones. And now they're starting to branch down to the smaller hospitals, to just the convenience stores. They're just branching on down to our level so they can be the secret police now. It's like a tree with, you see a tree and you say, oh, that's a tree. You never think of the dirt that covers up all the rest of the tree that's under the ground. You don't see that part. It's like a tree. So you see a tree and you see the